my soul into death, and I will give you the crown of life.
El Señor esté con
The
ustedes.
Lord be with you and with your
Lectura
spirit.
del Santo
A
Evangelio
reading from
según
the
San
Holy
Lucas.
Gospel according to Luke. Glory to you, O Lord.
En aquel tiempo,
The Lord be with you and with your spirit. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Glory to you, O Lord. While some people were speaking about how the temple was adorned with costly stones and votive offerings, Jesus said, "All that you see here, the days will come when there will not be left a stone upon another stone that will not be thrown down." They asked him, "Teacher, when will this happen? And what sign will there be when all these things are about to happen?" He answered, "See that you not be deceived, for many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and the time has come. Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified. For such things must happen first, but it will not immediately be the end." Then he said to them, "Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be powerful earthquakes, famines, and plagues from place to place. And awesome sights and mighty signs will come from the sky." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Father. What a great blessing to return to Mass here in Two Hearts, in the public Mass after 3 weeks. And what a perfection in the providence of God, that the Lord wants us to not walk in darkness, but rather that He would to walk in the light. And light is the wisdom of God. This entire week, preparing for the feast of this last week, which was the Solemnity of Christ the King, we are hearing the book of Daniel. Daniel, which is an apocalyptic book. And what does apocalypse mean? Apocalypse mean? It means to remove the veil from the eyes so as to see the things of God as they are. And so there are storms, there is violence, there is a global pandemic, there's tragedy. But the person who has faith, like Daniel, like the apostles and disciples, and above all, like Our Lady, can see farther, can see beyond, because they do not focus on what is going to happen, because my heart and the eyes of my heart are with the Lord. What is the flag of this walk? What is the theme, the motto of this path of God? We hear it from the voice of the saint that we celebrate today, Blessed Miguel Agustín Pro, that today in 1927 was killed by a fire squadron by the President Calles in Mexico, a country with very deep Catholic roots, but that in these moments, with the laws against the church and the faith, in which it was illegal, against the law for a priest to dress in their clerical habit or are religious to dress in their habit. And this priest, Father Miguel Agustín Pro, wanted the faithful to receive the sacraments. And so he did everything to communicate the grace of the Eucharist. Conversations in the basements of houses. He was communicating in all places the grace of God. And why? Because he was not afraid of violence, of the tribulations, of the storms, of the difficulties, because he had a deeper gaze of faith in his heart. And that is why his response to the orders of President Calles were these words: "Long live Christ the King and Our Lady of Guadalupe." And that is also our path. That each day we may have the choice to respond to the difficulties, to listen that in the midst of so many tragedies in our world, we can see beyond, so that we can find the Lord, so that we can respond day by day with this cross that you have given me, Lord, as well as with the blessings. My response is, long live Christ the King and Our Lady of Guadalupe, because I trust in the two hearts. And the only love that is not going to pass away is the love of God. And in this moment of my life, I have this conviction. It has reached the simple wisdom that I only trust in the love of God, because God is love and love is infinite, and my path is to live for it. Let us conclude with these words of St. John Paul II. We have to imitate the intrepidness of St. Paul, and at the same time to imitate the contemplation of Mary. That the risen Jesus, who accompanies us in our path and who sends us, allowing us to be recognized as the disciples did in the way to Emmaus, that he may find us vigilant and ready, so that we may recognize his presence among us, and so that we can proclaim to the world, to the whole world, that Jesus is risen. Long live Christ the King and Our Lady of Guadalupe. All for the heart of Jesus, through the heart of Mary.